Today is the first episode of Season 1 of the Charley King Show, and I'm so excited to be supported by Hummingbird Nest Ranch. Welcome to the Charley King Show Bluebell Talks. After nearly 200 episodes on Instagram Live and YouTube, I'm finally starting a podcast. It's an exciting new chapter for me that will allow me to dive deeper into not just event planning, but many of the issues and challenges I've seen firsthand in the work that I do. Why Bluebell Talks? Well, my dad called me Bluebell when I was a child, and when I opened my company back in 2010, I needed a name. And my dad had just sadly been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. One day, I called home and he answered the phone and he said, "Morning, Bluebell." And that was it. I knew that every time I heard someone say Bluebell, it would remind me of my dad. So if you've just found me, welcome. I am a luxury destination wedding and event producer. Yes, I know most people say wedding planner, and I am that too, but there is a difference, and we're going to get into all of that in all the future episodes. So this is a podcast about weddings and events, designed to inspire and educate newly engaged couples, support planners, caterers, and venues, and bring you conversations with some of the most knowledgeable and established voices in the industry. But it's more than just the wedding day. There's finances, having kids, dealing with your partner, their families, health, wellness, you name it. There are so many other issues that emerge when two people tie the knot. So here's the plot twist. Before weddings, I spent 20 years performing on London's West End and on Broadway as a singer, dancer, and actress. And what sets my work apart is that theatrical foundation. It's understanding timing, storytelling, emotion, and just the right amount of drama. So don't be surprised to hear from Broadway stars or TV personalities, or that one week we're discussing the impact of the dress and makeup, or the importance of travel, destination weddings, and adventure. All the things that make us unique and also connect us to each other. You'll find me on Instagram and TikTok, chatting about topics that come up or telling you about future guests. So please share your questions, challenges, ideas, and suggestions. You are very much part of this journey. So if you're looking for some fun, inspiration, and a little bit of razzmatazz, and of course, a whole lot of heart, I'm Charley King, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to my new show.
The Charley King Show, Bluebell Talks. Come on in, let the whole room talk. The Charley King Show, Bluebell Talks. We learn your life, then we sing it back. The Charley King Show, Charley King Show. Bluebell Talks. Big heart, big dreams, and a little bit of sparkle.
There are names in the wedding world that define the industry. And then there are names that elevate it into an art form. My guest today, David Tutera, is one of those rare visionaries. A celebrated event designer, media personality, and author. David has for decades been raising the bar for luxury weddings, transforming not just spaces, but emotions, stories, and experiences into something utterly magical. Known for his impeccable taste and eye for detail, David has become a trusted and respected voice for couples all around the world and a true icon in our industry. But what fascinates me most about David's work is his understanding that a wedding isn't just an event. It's a production. It's a story. It's a once-in-a-lifetime performance. So what does it take to create something unforgettable? We're going to unpack the process, creativity, and truth behind those beautiful tablescapes. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the show today, David Tutera. So let's get into it. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just really don't know who the hell you are.
Why? Because I'm wearing makeup.
You look stunning.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy you're here today. Thank you so much for being here.
I love working with you. We've had such a great time in all the events that we've worked on.
We really have. And I've really we've had so much fun. And I Thank you for bringing me in on some of these events with you. I'm watching the genius at work has been fantastic
boy, that's a
for
big
me.
statement. So I have to stand by that.
Yeah, but
you
it's
know?
true. You are, and you're such an icon in our industry.
Thank
and
you. But we're here with you. I want to hear all about you.
Oh, well, I'm just so happy. So back in the pandemic when I started my Bluebell Talks,
Yeah.
I never, I had people in the industry that I really wanted to talk to, and I had to pull on my big girl panties to reach out to you because I didn't know you. And I sent you a message saying, "Hello, Mr. Tutera. I'm doing this show on Instagram Live. I'd love you to be a guest." And never in a million years did I think that you would say yes.
Were you nervous when you called me?
Yeah, because I didn't know you, and you're such an icon for me, and I grew up watching you on TV, and you said yes, and I was like, oh my God, now I have to interview him. But you were so lovely on Instagram Live. You made me feel so comfortable, and you're so easy to talk to. And then our friendship just grew from that. And then you did an Instagram Live, and I came on your show, and
Yes.
then you did your DTE experience, which we'll get into, which is so wonderful, and you invited me to talk. So you are an anomaly. And we've been to a couple of events recently.
Yes, we have.
And the reaction when you walk into a room, because there are people that you have influenced and you have no idea the effect you have on people. How does that make you feel when you look back at your body of work over the decades that you've been on TV and books and film? How does that make you feel when people come up to you and you've changed their lives?
It happened last night.
It
a lot.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
The several past couple weeks, it's been really interesting. So, I've been doing it, as you know, for decades and decades and decades and decades. You kind of
You're
forget.
not that old.
Well, I feel it, but I love what I do. I think it's really special when you are meeting with somebody that is coming to talk to me, and I always lead with the emotion of the person that I don't know. So I try to get information from them as opposed to, having them ask questions.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to learn. They're looking to figure out, how do I do what David has been doing in his career?
Yeah.
And I never stand on a soapbox. I always
Nope.
I always share anything and everything that somebody is asking to learn from me. And this industry is much different today, as you know.
Yes.
It's much different than today than it was way back before. It's harder now. I think it's more difficult. The clients are different, more difficult. So we have to learn and also teach ourselves as we're teaching the people that need to be learned.
Yeah. You're such a great mentor. I talked about the DTE experience, the David Tutera experience, where young planners, new planners, florists, anybody that was in the industry would come to your conferences, and you would teach them, and you would give them the experience, and that to me was just having been at that where you so kindly asked me to talk, but to watch you with everybody. And here's something that you might not know about David, but he's extremely humble. Which is so surprising for me. That's something that I did not expect from you.
Thank you.
Because you're, because of who you are. But when we went into the party last night, you walk in and then people swarm you. I think the first party.
I was overwhelmed last night.
Well, there was two people at the party last night. You had made a huge impact in their life, and they got very emotional. And then you got emotional.
I did too. I did.
You changed those people's lives. The gentleman's career is because of you.
Yeah, he said that. And I don't know these people.
No.
But then when they come over, they feel like they're just a good friend.
Yeah.
And they're looking for information. And everybody wants to feel seen, and
And
they
heard.
want and heard. Absolutely, yes.
Whether you're new or whether you're seasoned, you have the same effect on everybody.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. What I learned in my very beginning of my career was from my mom. My mom always said, be kind, be caring, be special, listen, and make sure the person that you're talking to is understanding the things that you're sharing.
I love
My mom
that.
was always that way. So I've always led from the heart of her. And it always has then moved forward to the clients that come to me. So those people that are wanting to hire me for a project, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a birthday party, whatever that might be, I have to then put myself into their space.
Yeah.
Because it's not for us, the two of us. It's not about you.
Nope.
It's not about me.
No.
It's about the people. Two things. The person that's executing that special moment,
Yeah.
and the people that are in that room, that are being in that space, whether it's a birthday party, it's a bar mitzvah, whether it's whatever it is, it has to be something that when people are in that room, whether it's small, whether it's large,
Yeah.
and they're leaving that event when it's over, and they're leading with so much emotion and so many things that they've seen that they never thought that they would ever see again.
Yeah.
So it's magical.
But that's how I love your creative process, and I'd love you to talk about that, because you and I think very similarly with an event. We think very theatrically, because you know your background is theater and mine is too. Tell us about your creative process when a client comes to you and says, okay, I want a 50th birthday party or a wedding. How do you get out of them like what they want to feel rather than how I want it to look?
Great question. That's a great question, Charley. I think what I do is if I'm getting some potential client that wants to hire me, I always ask them the questions first before they ask me the questions, because we don't know these people. They're strangers. I can say that over and over and over, but we need to learn and understand what are their expectations, what are they looking to see, what are they assuming that we can create. But it's a big process. The way I do it is I get a chance to talk to a potential client, not the client yet being signed on, is understanding, do they have the budget? Do they have the ability? Do they think that they can actually execute this with their family or their process of the budget? So there's a lot of things that it takes on before you even move forward. And I think they don't know that or understand that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you and I both know this. They don't know. It's not their world.
Yeah.
This is our world.
But you don't lead with like, well, this is going to cost you. You don't lead with that, do you? How do you
Never.
lead with a
I
client?
never, ever lead with money. Ever. My way of actually getting a client to sign on is to embed myself into their world and to understand what their expectations are. I'm always emotional. You're emotional. Some people are not emotional.
No.
But when we lead with that,
Yeah.
with the emotion, it really allows for the potential client, to understand that we're invested.
Yeah.
You and I are both invested.
We want to tell their story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
The more I feel, and I know we're both the same on this, the more I can get into their mind and know what story I want to tell, it's so much easier then to do the design and paint the picture. Do you find that?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Even last night, when that one woman came over to me last night, she cried, he cried, I cried.
Yeah.
I cried with happy cry, because they were showing me how much they appreciated all the work that I've done, that they learned from me.
Yeah.
And, you walk away from a stranger and you never see them again.
It's not like you go to a show and we can, round of applause, you did a great show. We don't get that. So it's
Right.
like, that is your, not applause, it doesn't sound right, but that is your, okay, I did a good job. I touched somebody's heart.
Yes.
And that's what it is, touching somebody's heart.
But where we are today, that heart sometimes gets put away. And everybody in the industry that we work with seems to just worry about how much money will they have? What can they do with that budget? And I know you, I know myself. I don't ask those questions until I get to know them a little bit further.
Yeah.
And understand if they're real. Number one, are they real?
Yeah, because there's a lot of scamming going on.
You know
right
that
now.
better than me right
Yeah.
now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've both been, scammed with clients pretending that they're doing this wedding or whatever, and it's not real.
Oh, I had that client that was from
You
Dubai.
you just had one.
And they were real.
Yeah.
But they certainly presented themselves as definitely real.
Yeah.
So now
And
we're dealing with that nonsense.
Yeah. And it's good for people to know, if you're new into the industry as well, like we're all experiencing the scamming. We're all experiencing the ghosting. This is like a new 2026 thing that's happening. So you're not alone if you're just starting out in this business and you're experiencing this. It's everything's changed. has changed
Yeah,
recently.
it's made it harder for the consumer and harder for the planners
Yeah.
and for the vendors. It's not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because now we're taking more of our time trying to figure out, is this person real? Does this person have a budget? Will this person follow through? Are they, like you just said, scamming? You're adding so many outside outside issues that are being dealt with. We haven't even started to figure out how to do the party.
Right.
So they've made it 10 times harder for us to do the work that we know we can do.
Yeah.
You're a professional.
Yeah, this is not a hobby for us. This is what we do for a living.
Correct.
So, it's been a process, 2026, I have to say.
To me, it's upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. And we need to reverse it and put it back right up.
Yeah. I don't know how we do that, but
We can. I think we can.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go back in time.
Uh-oh, where are we going?
Here we go. I really love to know, what was it that made you get into this business? How did you start?
Oh, wow. You're making me go back a really long time. I can remember the person, Harriet. Oh, my God, am I going to do this? Harriet Golan. She had called me. Don't know how she knew me. I lived in New York at that time. And she asked if I would do a bar mitzvah. Now, I didn't know anything about bar mitzvahs. The one thing I learned from my father, and my father always said, if somebody asks you a question, what's the answer? Always say yes.
Yes.
And I got Harriet Golan, her son. I can't believe I'm remembering these people's names. Seth was the son who was having the bar mitzvah. That was the first project I ever did.
How old were you?
Well, that one I probably can't answer because I don't
I think
remember.
you were 18 or 19, having read your book.
Probably around
Teenager,
that. It was,
yeah.
yes. And Harriet Golan hired me to do a bar mitzvah, and I had no clue what a bar mitzvah was.
And there was no Google then.
No. And I had my
ChatGPT.
best friend in school, in college, was Jewish. So I had hello. So what's the bar mitzvah? I have no clue. I'm not, and she taught me like the real pieces of it all. That world of the Jewish community literally rised me up to a place that I was able to begin to create a business accidentally. So,
but if you weren't doing this job, what was it that you wanted to do?
I had nothing set up for me at that point. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So every time I think about this story that I don't have oftentimes to talk about it, I'm going, wow, that was like a magical moment that came to me accidentally.
That was
and
a
I
God
took
kiss.
It. Yes.
That was here's what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
run with it. And
Exactly.
you certainly ran with it. So when did your first wedding come into your life?
It was in Paris.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm jumping here because it was a big reach, and it was the princess of the president of the country.
Holy moly.
Yes, and I had to go back and forth from New York to Paris to do this wedding for this family. That was my first big major moment.
How
in that,
did you feel? Like
scared as hell.
Yeah.
I didn't, I never went to Paris to ever do an event not being prepared, but I did. And it was something that was really remarkable. And then that gave me the confidence to then go and take these bigger projects that people were then coming to me.
Yeah.
Which was a little scary because when you do one big project and then it gets heard in the industry, people want to say, oh, they could do it, you could do it. But the reality is that you have to be poised and know how this process works.
Or you'll get found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do a wedding like that, it's like you have to have like a big team.
A team.
Did you have
I did not have a team.
So you did it all by yourself?
I did it in the small size, and then I continued to find people in the industry that became on like we did.
Yes.
Which is much different now, but to then. And you just push forward and you ask a lot of questions. I think, as we mash this up a little bit, I think what happens is those that are in the industry or trying to want to be in the industry, they don't have the actual questions that they need to add and talk about. And that makes it difficult for everybody. And you know that as just as much as I do.
So this is a really great topic for us to talk about, is like there are a lot of new people coming into the industry. Maybe they just got married and they're like, oh, I'm going to be a wedding planner now, because there's no barrier to entry into our business.
Correct.
And so what's happening is these new planners they're getting these big weddings at like these big hotels in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. But they don't have the experience. They don't know how to do the timeline. They don't know how to, the logistics that go with planning these big weddings. They just think, oh, I know how to plan a wedding. And they show up and all these hotels are going, this is a disaster, because they don't know what they're doing. So I really want to be able to educate new planners. What advice would you give to them if they're just starting out, so that they don't make these mistakes, because they all have beautiful Instagrams, because they know how to do social media.
Yes.
I mean, what advice would you give to them? So that
They have to learn. I mean,
Mm.
you can't just jump into the pool
Yeah.
and then run out and say, I'm doing it, because that's not going to work.
No.
Because what we do in this industry is far by so much difference than what used to be back then. It's harder,
Yeah.
but it's more interesting. There's more things to our ability to bring into our projects. So we just have to make sure that we are actually leading the tribe and giving them the opportunity
Yeah.
to learn.
You are listening to The Charley King Show. My guest today is the incredible event designer and TV personality, David Tutera. We'll be right back with this conversation after a few words from my amazing sponsor, Hummingbird Nest Ranch. Hummingbird Nest Ranch has a legendary past and an even more exciting future. Nestled in the stunning Santa Susana Mountains of California, this iconic property is back under passionate new ownership, being restored as the luxury destination wedding venue it was always meant to be. Their team brings over 30 years of hospitality experience, deep marketing expertise, and the financial commitment to make Hummingbird Nest Ranch everything it's ever dreamed of being. And while their long-term vision stretches towards a world-class spa and resort, today their singular focus is on you and making sure every event at Hummingbird Nest Ranch is nothing short of extraordinary. Because there, 110% isn't a goal, it's the only standard they accept. Okay, so now let's jump back to the conversation with David Tutera. And a lot of planners don't lead with the story. They just go, oh, I'm going to do this party and it's going to be pretty. We'll stick some entertainment here. We'll do that there. And there's no reason for it. There has to be a reason for entertainment.
It's a story.
Right?
We in this industry, all of us that are working to make beauty come beautiful, more beautiful, we need to be making sure that there is that story. You can put 100 people in a room and give them 100 plates to have a great dinner, but what are you leaving with?
It's how you make somebody feel, and that's the emotion you want your guests to leave with. It's like, oh, I don't know what I feel, but I felt something amazing at that wedding, and that's the beauty of we get to do that. We get to create emotions and memories for people. So I would really love new planners to go and shadow more experienced planners. And that's, I love to mentor, but I would love them to go shadow and watch and listen and, ask the right questions. Because when I first started, I didn't know about power. I didn't know about where things went and how to, light a room properly. Yes, I knew how to, theatrically, I knew how to do it, but there's so many questions you need to learn. I think that's a good way to go, is right. Go shadow, go learn. And
go slow.
Yeah.
And learn the process. Don't jump in. Like, again, I said, don't jump in that pool again. Just, you could put your toe in and come back out. But the reality is that the industry is moving faster than they should. They're doing the best that we can, or they can. And it's hard to run faster than the others. We're talking planners.
Yeah.
Or even vendors.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the vendors sometimes are overwhelmed even more than the planners.
Yeah.
because it's all coming so quickly and fast, and there's no real information saying this is what they want, the client wants, this is what the vendor says they can do, but then they don't have the quantity to
Yes.
execute what needs to be done for what the client is asking for.
Yeah.
So it's not clear to the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the consumer client doesn't know why the budget is getting larger in price.
It's for us to educate them.
We need to do that.
Yes.
The planners, not the vendors, the planners need to tell the clients the truth.
Yes. Yes. If we do this, this is what it's going to cost. Now we can add that, but that's going to add to the budget. Are you okay with that? But again, that's experience of knowing, and this is what the new people that are coming into the business don't have that experience, and they're dealing with these bigger budgets. And I just worry that, they're taking on too much, because I know I hear it from catering directors, around Beverly Hills, that's what they're experiencing. And so, I would just like to educate and hope that people, newbies would.
Yeah. I
would
think
listen
what
and-
we need to do as planners, professionals, people in the industry for decades, the younger generation that's coming in right now, they're moving way too fast. I've talked to several, and they're just wanting to go into that, like I'm going to say, the pool, and think they're going to win immediately.
Yeah.
It's like,
Take your
if you're
time.
growing up as a child, you're not going to be 2 years old and then in 2 weeks the person's 16.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an analogy that says, slow down.
Pay your dues.
Exactly.
Or my dad used to say, slowly, slowly catch a monkey. And I'd be like, what does that mean? But now I get it. Now I'm older, you
Yeah.
know, but I was, at the time you're like going. He's like, slow your boat. Just
Yeah.
take your time,
When I started and it continued to grow larger and bigger and better and fabulous, and there was everything to your ability to create.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like people are just grabbing things just for the purpose of getting an event done.
And throwing things in.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Not good. And I don't want that to happen to the industry.
Mm-hmm.
We always should, move forward for obviously great reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you make a mistake, and this was also taught by my mom, you make a mistake, what do you get? You learn something,
Yes.
and fast.
Was there ever been a time when you've been producing over all the years that you made a mistake in something that you learned from, something that you did in an event that you're like, oh, that didn't work? Or if it didn't work, but you fixed it on the
I've always
the
fixed it.
fly.
I've always fixed it on the fly. Much, very
like
much.
the clients would never know,
No,
but
no.
but it happened and you're like, oh, crap.
And you know when it needs to be fixed.
Yes.
And too many times I've heard stories that people have said, oh, it's fine, it's just going to be okay.
Yeah.
Until one event that I heard about I think it was in Miami. No, it was in Orlando, excuse me. And they had a big issue where we were installing trees into the room, into the ballroom. And I kept saying to the company that brought in the trees from actually California to where the location was. The problem is that the trees were too tall for the space, but the vendors would not change the process of how it needed to be installed. And unfortunately, and everybody should listen to this for a very specific reason, is that the tree that was put up was too high. The person that was putting it up, it dropped down and the guy got hurt.
Oh, no.
So people, again, are in our industry are moving too quick. I mean, we need to have safety.
Yeah.
We have to make sure we know what we're doing. We want to make sure that the client is happy.
Yeah.
All of those things are important.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. Safety is the number one thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that, again, that goes for ceiling treatments as well.
Yeah.
I've had situations happen with ceiling treatments and I've had to fix it on the fly.
Right.
And the vendor had an issue and I was like, this is where our vendor relationships come into practice, and love our vendors. We would be nothing without our vendors. A situation was happening and I had to fix it. So I had to make a call to a vendor who I knew that probably would have been doing the job, but I went with a different vendor for multiple reasons. And I had to call him up and say, I need your help. This is not going down well. I need it fixed. And he was there within 20 minutes with everything that I needed to fix it. And he fixed it. And the florist like put things around it so you couldn't see. And the client never knew. And it was beautiful. But I had to pull on my vendor relationship to go, I need your help. And
everyone listening right now, what Charley is saying is incredibly important. Because you know something is going to go wrong and you ignore it can be a very, very bad situation.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did in a positive way.
Yeah. I saw the situation happening. I saw the vendor having a meltdown and I had to fix it. And thank goodness of vendor relationships. So it's really, really important that you cherish and you nurture all your vendor relationships because we are nothing without them.
When Charley works on a project, you, Charley, talking as if you're not here, it's really important that you're having these conversations with the vendors, with the venue, with everyone that needs to know what's going to happen. And also, first of all, Charley is really great at timelines. I mean, it's epic. Like
It's a color coordination.
It's just amazing. It's so amazing, but it's
that's the
necessary.
Show. It's the show.
It's like it's like you've been on Broadway. I've been in the theater. We know that if you actually don't do it in the right time frame, it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, well,
it's that simple as it.
What I loved working with you is that we got to work on that timeline and putting it together and creating the show.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing I really want to teach newbies is how to do a show, how to do a timeline, because and also be in the room because we talk about energy a lot, you and I, because we feel like we can walk in a room and we can feel the energy in the room. It's like, okay, during dinner when people are eating, you can feel the energy dipping right when you're supposed to do, speeches are coming up and I'm like, oh, I'm losing my audience.
Right.
Quick, take the plates away. Let's move this on or let's slow this down. And that's really hard to teach somebody, isn't it? Like the feeling of like,
well, a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
They don't know the understanding of how you create a story. I mean, our jobs are multiple reasons. I mean, there's so many things we're doing. If you brought somebody in as a newbie to this industry and they would be like, I don't even understand how I would do this.
Yeah. I'm going to be in the vendor room having my vendor meal. Why do I need to stay in the, I hear that a lot. Why do I need to be in the room?
Right.
Well, because
you need to be in the room.
You need to feel the energy. That's what I believe in anyway.
I agree too. I totally agree.
So this excites me. So because your career has been theater and then, bar mitzvahs and then the weddings and then along came TV and books and brand deals. How did TV come into your life?
It's just, it happened. I mean, it happened.
Who gave you that chance?
I had a line of product for a long period of time. And then the company asked me to, it's not the book side, it's the product side. So I wound up getting a deal with a company that wanted me to produce product. And it was in all different levels. And it was, first of all, it was actually so great because I learned so much about another version of how you can be profitable. And it worked really wonderfully. Yeah. Until COVID.
And then, everything changed in COVID. Yeah, I remember going into, am I allowed to say where you were, all the brand deal? But I'm going to say it. When I would go into Michael's and then I would see your hangers, the beautiful hangers for the bride. So my kit is full of products from, the ring bearer's pillow, the cake knife and server, the hangers for the dress. It's all in my kit. And it's David Tutera's line in the, in Michael's.
Thank you, Charley.
Of course. Because, that's how I built my kit with things like that. But so what was the first TV show that you ever did? Who gave you, before My Fair Wedding, which was your huge
Before My Fair
hit?
Wedding, you're going back so far. I don't remember.
Would The View be the first thing? Did that come first?
It did. I was talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
When I got my first opportunity to be on television, I was put onto ABC with Barbara Walters, and I became the person on that show with those wonderful women, and wound up that's where I started to get people reaching out to me.
To do
and then a
events.
publicist came in.
Yeah.
And then I created books, and I created product, and it just kept going
Grew
and
and
going and
grew.
going. And it was pretty remarkable.
What was it like being on The View with those formidable ladies?
Oh my God. There was a great side to it, and then there was a difficult side to it.
Yeah.
I did Star Jones's wedding,
Oh, that must have been incredible.
and we did it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it. She had so many changes so many times.
But you just go with it.
You do.
Because
You
that's what
just
you do.
do.
You're a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it must be like on The View because those women are so
Oh, I got yelled. You know
formidable
how many
at that
times I
time.
got yelled at?
Really?
Yes,
Who
yes.
yelled at you?
Oh,
Barbara?
absolutely. Barbara yelled at me multiple times that I can always remember.
Why? What did you do wrong?
I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think so. But
Wow.
it worked because by being on that show, I wound up getting more
Yeah.
business. And, sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. I
Mm.
think for whatever reason in my life, I think I had those moments. I was there
You
at
did.
the right time.
Yeah, but preparation meets, what is that saying? When you're prepared, you're ready to go, meets that right moment, and off you go. You were prepared, you were ready.
I always said yes. And now
Yeah,
I'll go back
that's
from
how I live
my
my life.
mom to my dad.
Yeah.
My dad always said yes.
Yeah.
And if you say no, you're not going to get a second chance to say yes.
Yeah.
And I always led with that for my dad.
Yeah. That's how I live my life. And do something that terrifies you,
Yes.
because that's when you grow and learn. You might fail, but you're going to get back up again and
Correct.
keep going. And that led to My Fair Wedding, which was on the air for over 15 years.
Yeah. That was a lot.
That was a
was a lot.
wonderful show.
Thank you.
And then you did the live version.
Yes, I did do the live version, which, by the way, I enjoyed.
I mean,
it was terrorizing.
I was watching it. I mean, I didn't know you then. And I was like, this is live TV and you're doing a wedding show live and, moving pieces. And I mean, how was that for you?
I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Doing live for me, which I was excited to do because I had never done it before. And I learned a lot. I learned about conversations, how to be short and fast when you're doing a live show. And it worked. It actually worked.
Yeah. It was a great show to watch. It really
It
was.
very emotional.
Yeah. Well, all of your shows on TV have been very emotional. And I think you have a very special way of pulling that out of people. Like pretty much every episode of My Fair Wedding, I would cry because you were helping these lovely couples have the wedding of their dreams that they never imagined that they could have.
I loved that moment, all those moments. I remember, you just made me bring this up, is that there was a moment with this mom and daughter obviously getting married, and the mom was there, and I was in the middle of the whole conversation while we were filming, and the mom was stunning, and the daughter was not. Very overweight, very uncomfortable, and I went over to the bride-to-be, and I said to her, do you realize, you're going to make me cry because this is a long time ago. I said to her, and I put my hand on her shoulder, and I said to her, do you realize how beautiful you are? And she looked at me, and she didn't say anything. And then I said to her, do you realize how beautiful you are? Her mom was standing right behind her. And I looked at the mom, and the mom had no interest of any of this conversation. So I pulled the bride over to the side. I had a conversation with her, just her and I, talked to her and said, you are just as beautiful as everybody else is.
Oh.
And that to me was what I always sort of gave to people, even if I'm not doing it now. I'm giving them the times and opportunities to understand you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Anything you wish to do.
I think that was the magic source of the
Yeah.
show, was your interaction with the brides and the couples and the families and just how, again, going back to how you made them feel. That's your secret sauce.
Thank you. Yeah.
In
Just being a good person.
yeah.
Everybody should be being a good person.
And that's something, again, when I met you, I didn't know that that was part of you, who you are. And that's been really lovely to watch over the years that we've been friends, of how you make everyone around you feel.
Yeah.
And I think they should bring back the show, and I think you should do
Oh,
it again.
I would love that.
I think you should.
Anybody hear that?
Yeah, bring it
Anybody
back.
want to bring that back? Bring it on.
I'd love to talk about an event that was really extravagant, that you really loved and just was full of passion and love for you. And maybe that's, your wedding.
My wedding was pretty crazy. I mean, I think it was at the Biltmore Hotel here in Los Angeles. And I think we had at least 300 to 400 guests.
Wow.
We took on a lot of celebrities to come, so it became a spectacle. It wasn't what I wanted. I mean, it was beautiful how he designed it, but the ability of seeing more people wanting to come to the event, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Right? What did I do? I brought too many people in, which were celebrities, and we all know what celebrities do. They want to be seen and heard.
Yes.
So we managed it. It was managed. It was a beautiful event. It was stunning. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I was terrorized that night.
Really?
Well,
Why?
because you have all these celebrities staring at you, and I don't present myself as a celebrity.
Oh, no, you don't.
So I felt like I was
You're
the
very
guest.
humble. You're very humble. Yeah. You were a guest at your
I
own
was
wedding.
a guest at my wedding, terrorized.
The deer in the headlights. And you're so used to being center of attention.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know you then, but I remember seeing the pictures and thinking, wow.
That was pretty amazing.
Beautiful. And
Thank you.
Ina did your flowers,
Yes,
didn't
she did.
Yeah,
She
the beautiful Ina.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Biltmore is a beautiful location.
Yeah.
Shout out to Julie at the Biltmore.
That's right.
Yeah, love you, Julie. Oh, what a career you've had. And I really love books. Now, you've written 7, 8 books.
I think it's 7 books.
Yeah.
I've stopped.
Why did you stop?
The last one I did, Journey to
Journey.
Joy. It was an emotional book that I wrote. It was about my life, and I think it stopped me because I felt after I was done writing that book, because that was probably the 6th or 7th book that I've written, and I felt like I didn't want to do that anymore.
You have to listen to the book, because I love Audible.
I did audio.
And to hear you narrate your story is it was very special, because it's very emotional, and you go very deep into your life, and from the beginning throughout.
I
your
gave it all.
career. You did.
It was the
You
good, the
gave it
bad,
all.
the ugly, the beauty,
Yeah.
all of it.
So I really recommend everybody, get that on Audible and hear David narrate it, because
Thank you.
I cried. I mean, and now knowing you more than I did then when I listened to the book, I kind of want to go back and reread it now, knowing you on a deeper level. But it's very, very emotional.
Thank you.
What's your process when you start writing a book like that? Do you
I will write in groups. Like I'll start it, I'll read it. I'll write it, and then I'll read it again, and then I'll change it again, and then just make it happen.
Yeah. It's such a talent to be able to do that.
It's hard.
Then
It's very hard, especially when it's personal.
it's like, how much do you say? How much do you not say?
I say too much.
Well, you're
And
an
I do that
open
intention.
book.
Yes.
Because I feel like because you are so open, it's much easier for people to connect to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Thank
you're like,
you.
wow, he experienced that. I've experienced that. People see themselves in you. Going back to when inspiring people go, oh my gosh, David did that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. You have that
Thank you.
talent inside
Thank you.
you. Yeah.
I've always done that typically in my life. It's like if I see somebody, trying to, check out somewhere and they're having a challenge or something, and I'm watching and I'm like thinking, do I go in and step and help them? And I'll go over. And it's funny because other people won't.
No, I've seen you do that in real life, and it's really lovely to see. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Part of your
And it's not because I want to be seen.
personality.
It's because I want to help somebody feel better.
Yeah.
I don't think that's done enough right now.
No, people are so into their own lives and so into
Yeah.
their, tunnel vision. But you look outside of the tunnel vision and you see who needs help. And actually, one of the questions that I had people write in some questions for you because you were coming on the show today. And one of the questions was actually a new planner saying, and I know we talked about that, but how can she gain experience in going into event planning, into wedding planning? What would be your advice to her?
She or he should be talking to somebody, a business owner of that level, and ask, how can I follow and learn from someone that knows what they're doing, and pay attention to those that are doing exactly what we're talking about. Be confident,
Yeah.
even if you don't feel confident.
Yeah.
Be kind, even if you don't feel like you're being kind.
Number one, be
Yes.
kind.
So a lot of those things are just not happening as they should. And I think it would make our industry in general much easier for all of us to work together.
I agree. Sometimes there is, especially on a wedding day, there's not sometimes, because planners are given a lot of power, right? On the wedding day, you are the producer, you are planning it. I've heard, people aren't always kind to vendors. And so I think leading with kindness with your team, with your vendors on the wedding day is the number one thing to remember.
And it's
You
not that
agree?
hard to do.
It's not that hard to
No.
do. Yeah.
I mean, if one person actually is working on a project and you're seeing somebody being a little bit difficult, it's very easy to go in and say, listen, let's just stop for a second and let's have a conversation to figure out how this can be done in a better way. But everyone's rushing too quick.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, we know when the party's going to start. We know when the party's going to end.
Yeah.
So you're getting the actual information. So follow it.
Yeah.
Follow the story.
Yeah. Read our timelines.
Please.
Please read our timelines.
Yes. I'm telling you right now, I don't think 50% of the people are reading timelines. They need to.
Please read our timelines.
Yeah.
It takes us hours and hours and hours.
And Charley is beyond on top of all that. We did a project. I won't talk about who it was. We couldn't talk about the person.
No.
But you have to follow what we needed to do.
That was a big
project.
That was a big project. Yes. Yeah. And then another question that I had from somebody else before we wrap up today is when you are, this is a new person again, setting into the business, when you have a client come to you, because there's all kinds of budgets, right? But even a bride that's having like a $25,000 wedding, I know you feel the same. We want that bride to feel like her wedding is luxury.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to make that happen.
Yeah. And what would be the little magic sprinkle that you would give to that bride that she has $25,000 to spend on her wedding and she's looking at Instagram and she's seeing all these huge weddings that she wishes she could have, and I know that sometimes can make someone feel like, oh, I want that wedding, I don't have that budget. But I don't want anyone to feel like that. What magic would you give to that bride to make her wedding feel like that?
I would always say to the bride, or if the bride is the person that's the point person, or if it's the parents.
Yeah. So
I would always say and I would probably go right to the parents or whoever's financially invested into this, and I would say to them, you don't have to have a massive amount of people. You don't have to have something that is so over the top that you can't afford.
Yeah.
There's things you can do that can visually make it feel special, depending on what the concept in their minds and their hearts they would like to see. And it doesn't have to be in excess of flowers. It doesn't have to be, a stage of musicians. The point of celebrations is being together with the people that you love. And you want those people that you love to leave that event at whatever time they're going, that they lead and leave and they go home and they have that in their heart, maybe for an hour, maybe for a month, maybe for a life, just by going to a special celebration that we in this industry create.
I think that's beautifully said. I think that's, I would love brides to take that away and know.
We have to slow them down.
Yeah.
Because they're missing the moments of the things that you might think are beautiful and I might think that's special, but they're going so fast that they're forgetting that there's better things around them that we can give them.
Yeah. And don't look on Instagram. Don't be overwhelmed by all these weddings that you see. Bring something personal that means something to you and your fiance into your wedding, and that will make everybody feel like they're part of your world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. David, it's been so lovely talking to you today.
Thank you, honey.
If
Thank
you had like one legacy thing that you would like to leave with your career, how would you like to? How would you like your legacy to be?
I'll go back to my mom. Going right back to my mom. I would say that every human being in this world, as I said earlier, needs to slow down and needs to turn to someone and say, "You're doing a great job, and you deserve to be where you are right now." Too many people right now are stressed,
Yes.
and worried, and concerned.
Yes.
In our industry,
Yes.
you, Charley, are just like me. We care.
We do.
And we care so much that I think everybody else needs to do what we do.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Loved having you here today.
I adore you. You know that.
I adore you too, and very thankful for you. And I can't wait to see what the next David Tutera show is or where this takes you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to find out what that is, too.
I know. Can I be a part of it?
Absolutely.
I'll do your timelines. Thank you, David, for taking us into your fabulous world of events. And well, that's a wrap on the show today. A little bit of romance and a little bit of reality, but hopefully something that you can take away with you. If you loved this episode, make sure to follow us on all platforms and on Instagram at Charley Bluebell and at The Charley King Show, and on YouTube and TikTok, and share this with someone you know who is planning their special day or who just got engaged. And don't forget to watch out for my Instagram lives each week where I'll be talking about my up-and-coming guests, so you can send me your questions to be part of this journey with me. So until next time, stay fabulous, stay intentional, and remember that the magic doesn't end at the end of the aisle. That's only just the beginning. Till next time, I'm Charley King.
The Charley King Show. Bluebell Talks. Come on in. Let the whole room talk. The Charley King Show. Bluebell Talks. Oh, we learn your life. Then we sing it back. The Charley King Show. The Charley King Show. Bluebell Talks. Big heart. Big heart. Big dreams. Big dreams. And a